Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 23 of Direwolf20's Forgecraft2 series. I left off last episode and I came up with a plan for what I want to do. So this episode, we're going to implement said plan. There's a couple things that are going to have to happen in order for what I want to do to happen. But it shouldn't be too bad. So we set up the timer system, and you can see one of my timers is already stopped. That's because I designed how I want to work with my comparator. I sat for a while thinking to myself, how am I going to make it so that I can measure when these mana pools are full? And then it occurred to me, I don't need to measure when these mana pools are full. I can just measure when there's any amount of mana in them and use them to fill up other mana pools. So what I'll probably wind up doing is immediately draining the mana out of these mana pools into like a buffer of mana pools, like 9 of them in a 3x3 square or something like that, right? And we'll use the spark system for that. So these will constantly be getting drained. Once all 9 buffer pools are full, then I will go ahead and start having backlog in the mana pools. The moment that happens, we'll wind up getting a redstone signal fully emitted from here, stopping the timer. So any amount of mana in the mana pool will stop the timer because we'll use these as temporary buffer space. So that's how we're going to do it. So that way I don't have to worry about the redstone signal and reducing it and shrinking it and subtracting it and all that stuff. So this setup suddenly becomes quite easy. I just need to do that, and then we'll probably want all these except red. I think I already used red. So let's say white, yes, there, and then blue, and then yellow, and then green. Cool. So these timers are still running. So then I can take my T.N.T. and what I'm going to do here is the following. I'm going to place one T.N.T. here, and this is going to be a test. So within 10 seconds of the T.N.T. being placed, it should pulse and explode. I'm waiting for it. Almost feels like it's been 10 seconds, doesn't it? What are you doing? Come on, pulse. There we go. One went. Nice. Cool. It's interesting. Why didn't another one of these go? You would have thought they would. And the other two aren't ticking like I would think they should. So maybe I'll have to just check those out. There we go. Maybe just breaking it and replacing it fixed it. Cool. Interestingly, this one seems to be the one that keeps absorbing it, but that's okay. We will, once we have these all placed at once, it should be less of an issue. What I'm going to do, though, by the way, is use applied energistics. That's the plan. So we're going to use formation planes with T.N.T, and that should be cool. So give me a minute here. You know what I'm going to do is just lay down another line of these. Nice. That's weird. Let's see what that does. Oh, I know what's happening. The flowers are pulsing, but they're not linked to the right mana spreader. See, these are all linked to the wrong mana spreader. There's your problem. Okay, so let's put this in binding mode. We will bind you to here. This binds to this one. This binds to this one. And this binds to that one. Now we're talking. much, much clearer. Okay, yeah. Now suddenly things make sense. Derp. Dire derp of epic proportions. That could have been a problem for me, by the way. Kind of lucked out. Anyway, now we're talking, right? So these guys all start filling up with mana. That stops all the timers from pulsing. Right now they're pulsing because of the mana pool, or the mana detectors, but soon they'll just have a steady pulse as a result of the comparators emitting a small redstone signal. You can see it reaches about power 9 is where we're at, it looks like. So the red alloy wire has a different power level than just regular old redstone dust. I think it goes up to 256 or something like that. So that's cool. I guess next steps then will be, by the way, these endo flames are still like insanely going. It's crazy. I think I'm going to make another mana pool. Yeah. Yeah, the Eternalist fuel is beyond broken. But that's okay. We knew that. I guess I'll bind it there. And you can start filling up. We'll just see. I'm kind of curious at this point how much mana we're actually going to get out of those Eternalist fuels, because it's like insane at this point how much we've gotten already. I think we've already gotten 3 mana pools worth, and this is going to be a 4th one, because I've used quite a bit of the mana that's already been produced. And like I said, a full mana tablet. So I think what I'm going to do now is jump downstairs into my underground area. I might wind up, I think I'm going to have like an underground area here for like, ooh, look at that. There's already a cave down here. Nice. Like for like a cave, underground area, kind of like for the storage of mana and whatnot. So I will come back in a minute once I've cleared out this area. All right, so this underground area looks halfway decent. Sweet. I like it. Missed the spot. Alright, so that'll do for an underground spot that just does stuff. How is this lighting-wise? Not so hot, but that's okay. I can throw some glowstone in as needed. Let's get mana pools. Like I said, I'm probably going to want a 3x3. Nice. Oh, look, we just dropped below 500 living rock. And ta-da! It did what it was supposed to do. Love it. So these guys can all live like right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nice. That'll look good. And then, yeah, that looks nice. We'll put sparks on there. Now I need to go to Alfheim to get the sparks that'll be able to mana spread. So I guess the next objective, if you will be an Alfheim portal. So I think those are 4 across. So here might not be a bad spot, but this thing is going to be in the way. So let's figure out where we want to put the portal to Alfheim. Alright guys, so I went ahead and moved the automation system downstairs. Let's just make sure it still works. I'm imagining it will. If I steal some of this, stone should appear. Ta-da! Nice. And then that'll turn into living rock in just a minute. Nice. So that should be cool. So that's good. So with that moved downstairs, we now have more space upstairs to do cool stuff. Like maybe stick a portal to Alfheim in this corner. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Alright guys, for my portal to Alfheim, I've come up with an interesting plan. I'm going to put all the large stuff behind the scenes. So back here is where we're going to see the mana beacons and all that stuff and the pylons and whatnot. And inside the room will be just the portal. I feel like that might be a cool approach to stuff. I really want to see actually if it works out. But let's try it. So portal to Alfheim time. That's what we're doing. Let's get our Elven Gateway. So we need Glimmering Wood and Living Wood. So is that just regular Living Wood? Yes. So let's get the Living Wood. So we want to get some Glimmering Living Wood. So 1, 2, 3 of those. And obviously I'm going to need in a moment here one of the Elven Gateway cores, which does require... Let's get some Living Wood while we're at it. Just snag half a stack. There we go. Also, Soren did break my system, I realized. When he was mucking about in here, he didn't set the priority on the storage bus. So my system produced a little bit more than it should have because it wasn't storing it in there. So he did break it. I knew he would. I get to yell at him later. He missed one little detail. Aw, Soren. But that should be cool, right? And then we need our pylons, obviously. So let's do this. I think, do those require terra steel as well? It's the green pylons. So mana pylons times 2 mana pylons. So these do require, so 1 terra steel ingot for that. And then the Elven Gateway core is going to require a terra steel, so I need 2 of those. Let's get a couple diamonds, ender pearls, and these guys. And I'll just use this one and this one. Cool. And while we're here, I'll get my 2 mana pylons. That'll just be ready to go. I only need the 2 of these for now, so that should be alright. Alright, let me get ready to make my terra steel agglomeration plate. There it is. So I only need the Rune of Mana, which is 5 mana steel. Okay, that makes it really easy. And one of these guys. This is what I get for doing a bunch of stuff ahead of time. I have pretty much everything I need. 1 living rock, please, and this guy. So that'll be just a moment. Mana steel block. I'm getting a few extras, obviously. Just because, you know, you could use a decent amount of this stuff. So agglomeration plate ready to make. Awesome. And while we're at it, we'll want some living rock. Terra steel. So there's living rock, so 5 living rock and 4 of those guys. So the living rock is on the corners. So let's maybe do it like, where might I want to do this? Alright guys, we're back, and I am rearranging my Botania room yet again. This is becoming a pattern. But I think, no wait, what did he, interface, storage bus, this connects to this. Here, that's a P2P tunnel. What did Soren do? My system was perfect. So he's got an interface hooked up to a storage bus because reasons that I don't quite understand. So is there a P2P to my main network around here somewhere or no? So this, I assume, is Soren. Soren! I'm guessing that's the P2P channel stuff, but it doesn't ever terminate. So how does he even access the main network? Because this is the P2P that allows my network, the network into this area. And there's no P2P tunnel here except for an interface. So the interface allows the storage bus to communicate with the blue. But how does the green, how does this stuff talk without a P2P connection? I don't even. Yep, that's pretty much where I'm at, is I have lost that ability. Device missing channel. Device online. Let's see if power flows through here or not. Because now I'm like 1,000,000 times and a half confused. I would think this wouldn't work. But it miraculously does. Okay, I'm cool. Like, it works, power's flowing, I'm cool then. Okay, why not? So I will put this guy back in here with this, and everybody will be happy once again. Okay. I'm going to have to get Soren to explain why he did that. Because I understood it the way I built it, but he built it different, and I have no idea what he did. Alright, where was I? Terra steel agglomeration plate time. We're going to do that. I think I'm going to do it in the floor, I thought would be cool. You know what maybe I'll do is in the corner. Yeah, that'll look neat, right? So if I do this properly in the corner, it would look like so. You ready? We'll have the living rock in the corners, the lapis on the sides, and the living rock in the middle. Right? And then the terra steel agglomeration plate goes right there. Nice. And then we're going to want our glowstone back. Cool. And then our concrete goes back down like so. That looks nice and compact. I like that. So now I just need some sparks. I have to remember how to make sparks. I know that they basically... Oh, why does blaze powder have such a... What? That's different. Okay. Let's see how many mystical flowers. So if I said I had a lot of something, it would be the light gray ones or the cyan ones. I'll go cyan. So they have to be the mana version, right? Gold nuggets we could use a bit more of. So this will get me about 11 sparks, right? Nice. And one of those can go here. And these two will go here for now. But eventually they'll be moved. That stuff's all temporary. Beautiful. So then if I were to come over here and drop 1, 2, 3, I should manage to get terra steel from this. Standing back, and yes, terra steel is cruising. Beautiful. So eventually that'll all be moved downstairs. But let me open the portal to Alheim first, right? So that will be that going. Nice. Cool. And this will be living wood. Make this thing, Elven Gateway Core. And these two mana pylons plus this guy will get me that. And while I'm at it, let me make a mana tablet. Because we're going to basically want to fill up those pools back there. So let's fill this thing up while I fill this in. So the Natura pylons will go here and here. And the Elven Gateway Core will go there. Cool. Meanwhile, you should be getting pretty darn full, to the point where this pool is probably empty at this point. Nice. Nice. You should be on accepting mana from items. We'll try and get this about half full. And then eventually we'll get a spark on here to keep them full, right? That might be close enough just to open the portal quickly. So I know what I'm going to need is going to be like pixie dust. And a couple other things, but that should be enough to open the portal. But I want to make sure I have everything I need first, so Let's get a lot of ender pearls. Yeah, a stack ought to do. And while I'm at it, I'll probably get a like stack's worth of living wood. I can already hear stuff running downstairs, which is good. It means my automation is working beautifully. All right, I think I'm ready to open this bad boy. Shall we? Nice. Look at it go. Awesome. Cool. So this will keep the portal going, and then I can kind of just cover this wall up behind it, and then it's just the portal, right? I like that look. So let's actually do that wall covering thing. Cool. I like it. Nice, right? I think that looks really good. And then we can drop our stuff in here. So let's start that up. So you'll start making pixie. Nice. And while we're at it, we'll do a stack of living wood as well. Awesome. I'll come back once this is finished, all its crafting, because it'll be about a minute or two. All right, this should be a pretty straightforward process. I want to probably make a couple more sparks, to be honest with you. So let's see what the next most common type of flower is. I don't think green's used for all that much. Let's get a bunch of these sparks using green. Cool. You should be done now then. Thank you. So we will auto-craft a few more sparks using green. Awesome. The more sparks, the better at this point. 13, that should be enough. And then if I need to make more. So down here, we'll have... Are these all diluted? I forgot to upgrade these, didn't I, when I placed them? I'm sure you guys noticed, and you yelled at me for not noticing. Yeah, we don't want diluted down there. We want proper mana pools. That would have been silly. Right? I might want to put some glowstone in here too while I'm at it. Trying to half make the place look decent and then also functional. So let's get our glowstone. Right? It's all the way over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, this room obviously doesn't 100% match what's in the other room, but that's fine. Nope, it's this one. Sweet. And I'll tidy the place up, make it look a little nicer once I'm done here. But so these guys all get just regular old sparks, right? Nothing fancy about them. They're going to be what's essentially going to be that. And then we want some recessive. We're going to want 7 of these. One. There we go. So when I put the recessive sparks like this one on, he should drain out his mana completely to the point where there's almost none left. And we'll do the same on this one as well. And this one. So now they're all recessive. Cool. Okay, that's nice. So I'm going to get rid of you now. I'm going to get rid of you. And then these 5, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they should all be burning out their mana stuff. And dumping it, what we should wind up with is all the mana in the pools down here. Semi-evenly balanced. Nice. The only problem that I'm having is it's not completely emptying. Alright guys, because of this little thing that I ran into with the mana pools not completely emptying, they're supposed to. I checked with Vasky. She said it's supposed to empty completely. So I don't know if it's like a little minor bug or something, but I've had to rewire things a little bit downstairs. So when this thing actually emits a redstone signal, it's a signal strength of, there we go, 16. That's what it looks like. What was that? I don't know. But signal strength 16-ish is what we're talking about. Because these things can go up to 255 instead of going up. Oh, it's a slime. It sounds like there's a slime nearby. That's what I'm hearing. All right, so their signal strength 255. Instead of 0 to 16, it's 0 to 255. So they're emitting a signal strength of 16 when they have just a little bit of mana in there. So instead of waiting for it to be completely full, like I just reduced it by 16. So as the wire runs down here, like we're now at 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then we get up here and we get up back up. So that's kind of what I have to do in order for this to work. So then we put covers up here. Like that. Sounds like quite a few slimes going on in there, huh? Cool. And that should stop the ticking of the second timer now. Or no, it doesn't stop it. Okay, cool. Right, because it's only a little bit full. When it gets more full, it will stop the ticking of that timer. So I'm going to go repeat this 3 more times and be right back. So the green mana pool, I purposely filled up to demonstrate to you guys how it works. So if we look at the green mana pool, it has way more mana in there, right? And I removed the recessive thing so that it wouldn't lower, right? So now that the mana pool has a bit of mana in there, our power line is 38. So this thing is holding this, right? So when there's a small amount of mana in there, it should sync up, and that looks good. Nice. And I can cover this with all stone if I want, if I'm concerned about how it looks in here, but it almost looks kind of cool. I don't know. Call me crazy. I think I like it though. Let's get this off of here, and that should be neat. So then I can put my recessive guy back here, and the spark that was on it as well. So spark, recessive, nice. He's gonna blast all his mana downstairs. This thing is like miraculously still running, which is awesome. I can probably move these things. They don't need to be here anymore. And eventually, I will move those endoflames, like eventually. But, I mean, we'll see. Cool. I want to replace these mana spreaders with the upgraded Elven mana spreader, so I'm going to go make a few more of these and be right back. And now for my final trick. I am going to turn this room into a room of sapphire glass. Nice. You guys should have been transformed and you weren't. I'm not entirely sure why you decided not to be, but I guess have to manually do that. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Alright, I don't have any stone on me. That's okay. I'll get this in a sec. Let me just break this one and I should be able to get in there. Okay, good to know that you guys want it to be placed manually. So my goal here, obviously, will be to protect this area from explosions in the event that something does catastrophically happen. Hopefully not, but we'll be ready, right? So let's do that, that. Looks not terrible. Cool. Well, that's interesting. Why did you not want to get broken? Oh well, I'll just do manual as well. That should work, right? Let me get some smooth stone here as well. I don't think we'll have a problem all the way out here, so I'll just do that plane, and that should fix that. Nice. And then, obviously, want the ceiling. And then again, this plane, like that. There we go. Not terrible. I mean, obviously, we're going to want to maybe... yeah, we're probably going to want to clean up what's on the other side of the glass, but I'll go do that off camera, and we'll make it look nice. Cool? Alright, we will be back in a moment. Alright guys, I think this looks half decent for a room. This area will be filled in once well actually I could probably fill it in now, because I could get down there through my underground area. So yeah, you know what, I'll fill it in now. So we'll put, I guess, this should be here, 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 That doesn't look terrible, right? So that should be relatively well protected. If there is any explosions, we shouldn't have many issues. And I was also cooking up some pulverized coal because I want to cook up some dark steel. And you know those wither protective blocks? I'm going to see. So glass, like most other kinds of glass, doesn't allow a redstone signal to travel through it. So hopefully the dark steel will. And we'll have to give it a moment to figure that out. So let's see. If I was making that weatherproof stuff, this guy, reinforced obsidian, that's what I'm looking for. Cool. So we have to wait until we get enough to make 6 dark iron bars, but then we'll have a better idea of where we're at. So I'll wait that cooking up a minute. For now, what I want to work on is the formation planes. So I've got 5 of these. They're going to be laid out here. Cool. And that's going to place TNT for us. Nice. Let's see if there's... Where can I sneak in underground here? Here? Yeah, this will work. So compact. It's quite hard finding a way into this area. So then we'll probably... sneak in through the wall over here, probably, behind this wall, is basically what we'll do. Yeah, this will work. So we run some cables this way. Where's this guy? That way it looks good through the wall there and everything. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. So this will be the access port where I will put my ME interface. So then we'll configure it then that any TNT that enters that interface will make its way into those formation planes, right? So TNT is the thing to be. Cool. Then the last step will be to get some power and cabling this way, so we'll probably... I'm probably going to wind up having like an export bus over here. But for now, we'll just tap into this line like so. And then I'll just put one of these quartz dudes here so that it has power. Right? So now they should be lighting up. Cool. And if I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Nice, right? Come on, flight. There we go. Cool. Just waiting on these couple here. Three did explode. Wow, I burned through that real fast. Alright, why are these 2 middle ones just being funny like this? I may have to find another approach if these timers don't want to start being silly. Cool. Nice. So then if we were to maybe do that, let's see what happens. Okay then. I'm going to have to figure out a better solution to this. Okay guys, just for fun, I'm testing a couple things. I removed my timers because I figured out, I think, what was happening. I talked to the author of Blue Power and I think I know what's up. The timers on the side of Blue Power timers are both inputs and outputs. So when they pulsed on the output and it would reset the timer of the adjacent timer. So that's not good. So we're going to have to figure that out. But for now, I'm moving things. And hopefully this works, because I didn't test it. But then we're going to have to wrap up the episode while I come back and figure out how I'm going to do timers without timers. That might be more of a challenge than it sounds, believe it or not. But yeah, they're definitely not working for me, so we're going to have to hold off on that one for a bit. There we go. Let's put a timer. Let's do a couple things. Let's close that off to make sure that we're safe. I want to see if behind the weather reinforced glass, if we can place the stuff. And if I can, that would be awesome. If I can place the TNT back there and the flowers absorb the explosion from through the glass, that would be really cool. And I would like that. Let's get this in here. Yeah, that looks decent, right? Definitely. There might be one more spot over there I'd want to. But you know what? No, I want to leave that. I want to leave this glass piece there because I want it to be protected in case the explosion does occur. I'm just preparing. What should occur is that there should never be a situation where an explosion escapes, but I want to be prepared for that possibility. So let's put these guys here, and then we will hit the timers. Let's do that with levers, actually, or buttons, actually. That works. You know what? Let's do... Actually, let's do it with timers. Because that'll at least know. Nice. And will you absorb and start spending mana? Yes, look at that. Pulsing. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so that's a good sign. So we know then that that will work. I'm guessing this won't travel through though, right? Yeah, no, that's fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do, guys, is wrap up the episode here. I'm going to have to figure out a way to make it so that I can have these guys basically have a timer here, but not use blue power timers. I have to find another block from another mod that will allow me to function with that same ability. But for now, Direwolf20, wrapping up the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will come back next time and have a little bit more fun with this build, but I think it's pretty darn close to complete. I was just more or less having fun, and once I'm done with this and have like the awesome mana generation stuff, then we'll be in good shape. Alright guys, take it easy.